It's been surreal. It's something I grew up watching, and to be in the moment, I've just been trying to soak it all in every day. And to be here with two of my best friends has made us that much better. So it's been great.
What did teams wanted to know about you in this process?
A lot of questions, just making sure my medicals were all checked out. Obviously, I had the ACL tear my senior season, but I came back, put together a good year of tape, and then they just want to make sure that I got the mental side of the football, mental side of the game that I can bring to a team and then be able to affect them and help the team win games.
Treydan, speaking about that ACL injury, especially you being on the older side, how did you bounce back and really put together your best year of your career yet this season?
Going through something like that is obviously not what I had planned for myself, but it taught me how to be resilient, how to be patient, and trusting the plan that's beyond me. So I learned a lot about myself during that process, and I was really diligent about putting in those daily deposits that help you reap the rewards you want to reap. And my training staff was fantastic at the University of Arizona, and they did a great job helping me rehab, getting me back all the way so that I could have a successful 2025 season.
What did you do off the field to take care of your mental health during that?
Talk to my family all the time. I actually read 7 books last year. They were all like mindfulness, kind of self-improvement type of books, and they all helped me grow off the field as a person. And I was able to apply that to my football knowledge and that rehab process as well.
Treydan, what's the biggest thing you're proud of and what you improved in your collegiate career?
I came in pretty much knowing nothing. I was just out there athleting in high school, just like a lot of guys were. But I would say I'm really proud of the way that I've grown in the mental aspect of the game, becoming a complete defensive back. Because it's not just out there running hit. You got to know what's going on. You got to know what's going on around you and what your scheme is about and what you're trying to accomplish every time you're out there. So I'll say that.
A lot of coaches and GMs talk about the fluidity of the safety position, how important it is to be able to play post, box, everything. How is that something that benefits you and adds to your value that you bring?
I was fortunate enough to have played every position in the defensive back role at the University of Arizona. So I have that versatility. I feel really comfortable. I played a lot of years at corner, and then I moved inside in 2023. Got some great reps at nickel, and then this past season I got a few reps at safety also, and I felt really comfortable in all 3, and I'd be willing to play any of them for any team that needs it.
Have you met with the Steelers at all?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
What was it important for you to stay at Arizona years ago?
Arizona was just home for me. Me and my family, when we first decided that was a spot for me, it was really important that they were close enough to go to all the games for me. And then I met some great people over there, met some great coaches, met some friends that I'm going to have for the rest of my life. So those were the main things that kept me there all my years. If you told me at 18 years old, I probably wouldn't have believed you. But if you told my family, they would have said, "Heck yeah, you can do it." Just believing in them, and then growing that confidence in myself as I kept playing and getting more experience in college, for sure. For Coach Brett Arcee and Coach Chip Viney, they're high-level ball coaches. They're relatively young, but they've been doing this for a lot of years, and they're fantastic. They know how to articulate things well. They're going to develop you, and they're not looking to use you as just a player. They're going to get to know you as a person, get to know your family, and they're going to help you reach the goals you want to reach.
Treydan, what is some about you off the field that people might not know?
I don't know. I know how to solve a Rubik's Cube. If that works. I came in, kind of just stayed to myself. I had friends on the team, but I wasn't ever trying to expand myself to a leadership role. And then in 2023 was the first year I was voted captain. And that meant a lot to me. I wasn't exactly expecting it coming off that 2022 season, but I was really diligent about my process, and I gained the respect of my teammates and the coaching staff. And getting voted captain meant a lot to me, so I really took that seriously, and I made it a point to try to improve my leadership skills in the next 3 seasons that I was there. I I think there's a lot of different ways to be able to lead. For me, I prefer to walk it how you talk it. So I definitely was making sure I was in line and doing everything that I'm preaching to anyone else. Following rules, doing things right. Being about the process, and then I think relaying the message, making sure everybody's on the same page and speaking the same language is a really big deal. Being a leader.
Have you met with Tampa Bay this year?
Yes.
Was that a formal or an informal?
Formal.
How did that go, and what did y'all talk about?
It went pretty well. I really enjoyed my time in there. They're actually one of my very first ones, so I was a little bit nervous, but they helped me loosen up. So it went well, watched the ball.
Who's the first player you think of when it comes to that tape?
Mike Evans, all-timer over there. Biasly, I'll say The Self-Centered Perspective. That's my dad's book. He released in 2024. But if I couldn't choose that one, I would say The Mastery of Self. Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. Great book. He has a lot of really applicable things he talked about in his book. Just teaching you how to be fully in control of yourself through life's ups and downs, teaching you how to be the master of your own mind, and I think there's a lot of ways that you can apply that to sports and life. So I really enjoyed the way he articulated that.
Treydan, have you met with the Chicago Bears?
Not yet, no.
You mentioned going through this process with some of your best friends. What are NFL teams getting in Jason Smith? You don't know.
Yeah, Genesis Smith, he's true junior, so he's nice and young, but so he still has room to grow, and we've already seen on tape how good he is at his position. He's an absolute workhorse. He's always in the building, constantly watching tape, constantly working on his game. So he's going to be a guy that's going to come in and impact the team right away. He's got great range. He's really dependable as a teammate and a middle safety. Dalton Johnson, a lot of the same things. He was one of the most dependable teammates I've ever played alongside. He's a guy you never have to worry about doing his job. He's one of the most sure tackling safeties I've seen in my career. And you'd be getting a dog if you draft him also. Going against probably T-Mac, Offensive Rookie of the Year for a reason. He was just as talented when he came in. So we had our fair share of battles, and it was fun. It was a blessing to be able to get those. This past season was probably Jordan Tyson. He kind of went out early in our game, so you could really tell the difference in their offense when he wasn't able to play for them. He was a really high-level receiver. I had a little bit of a hamstring during training, and my team and we just decided that it would be best to make sure my body's 100% right, and so I can come here and compete. Yeah, I feel great. Yeah.
If you were to go to Tampa Bay, what would that mean to you playing against T-Mac twice a year?
That would be so much fun. I mean, we got to compete. So we bled the same blood for 3 years. So it would be great to see us at the highest level. We dap each other up, but I'm gonna go after him during the game for sure.
You had 7 interceptions in your very single game this past year.
Yes,
How
sir.
did you improve those ball skills?
Definitely. I give a lot of thanks to Coach G, Coach Danny Gonzalez. He put us in a lot of positions to be able to make plays on the football with the play calls and the techniques we were learning. And then definitely, just improving your timing, getting on jugs every single day, trying to make sure your hands are right, so that when those opportunities come, you secure them and bring them in. Taught me the most. I'll say when I first got to school, Lorenzo Burns. He was a senior when I was a freshman over there at University of Arizona, and he was like the first one to really kind of take me under his wing. But I only had like that one semester with him, so it was kind of short-lived. Christian Roland Wallace was a big role model for me. He was playing corner there for 3 years that I was there. Yeah, those two guys were great, and then obviously the guys that I kind of grew up with, Dalton Johnson. He's been a great partner for me. We push each other every day, so it's been good. I think they taught me how to have a short memory, how to be poised in high-level football. You kind of go from high school making all the plays to, you're going against everyone that was the best player in their high school. So they're going to make some plays on you, and you got to be able to be resilient, bounce back from that, and it only gets one step further at this next level. So it's a good skill. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so I was a little bit of a late bloomer in high school. I didn't kind of reach like 6 foot until my senior season. I had a pretty good year, like 7 interceptions, but I was in West Valley, Arizona at Millennium High School, so we didn't get a whole lot of people coming in and out of there. But I had some smaller offers. And then COVID hit, so recruiting all shut down, so it kind of was bad timing for me. But late in the process, like summer, we found out that my dad's DB coach from when he was in college was the DC at University of Arizona, and they offered me a preferred walk-on spot, and it just felt like too coincidental for us as a family. We were like, that's just too good to be true. It's in the in-state, same person that coached my dad, 19 years ago, whatever it may be. So yeah, I was happy to take that preferred walk-on spot because it was pretty late. They didn't have any scholarships left, of course. So it was about a year after I got there. Coach Fish's first semester after he got there. Thank you guys. Have a good one.